Hello Doctor Who fans, and today I'll be reviewing my top 10 buys of 2016, and I hope you enjoy. My number 10 is the 500th edition of the Doctor Who magazine, and I know it's not like a part of main merchandise, but I thought it will be definitely a good thing to show you that this really was a very good issue, as it came with stickers, a main poster, and a retro version of the original Doctor Who magazine with Tom Baker and Genesis Dalek, as well as an actual magazine just for every cover of the Doctor Who magazine from the very first issue in 1979 all the way up to present day, well, to the 500th issue at least. As you can see, it came with a nice card cover. Of course, it's slightly a bit damaged at the front, containing all the stuff, but I thought it was very good to have this bonus edition with all these different things in, and I thought it was definitely a very good buy and a very good issue, and obviously made it into my top 10 list. My number 9 is the Curator set. As you can see, it wasn't released in 2016, but this was actually part of the Black Friday sales this year from Forbidden Planet. And considering it only cost me £9, this definitely had to make it to one of my top 10 buys this year. As you can see, it comes with the Moment, or Gallifrey Falls, as well as the Curator, hashtag Tom Baker. And of course it is a really good set. I'm very impressed with the detail, especially that you might not be able to see, but it comes with a slight moving image, and also comes with a more detailed explanation here of the Day of the Doctor. Of course, for some reason it has put 2014 not 2013, but maybe that's just a bit of a typo from the character. Of course, this is a really good set, and I'm very impressed with the detail. And I know this did originally cost £30, which thought was a bit too much, but considering it was reduced just to £9, you couldn't really miss out. And of course, this is a really good set. I'm very happy I bought it. My number 8 is the Parrot of the Daleks animation remake, as this had to make it into my top 10 because it was a really good episode, and that it's the first ever complete animation of an original Doctor Who. And of course, we hope that other episodes might be given the same kind of treatment, such as Evil of the Daleks and maybe the Abominable Snowman. Of course, there are many more. We hope maybe they'll all get done one day, but this was a really good. It did use the original Power of the Daleks soundtrack, so some part of it was actually original, and the animation was very good and detailed, especially the Daleks. They were done in a very menacing way. Of course, you can get this actually online in a colour version as well. But the black and white I think has to stay the same, as it was a Patrick Troughton one. But overall, it was really good and had to make it into my top 10. And my next place goes to the Into the Daleks set. Now I know what you're thinking, that this is a 3 3/4 inch figure lot, but the reason that I put them at this place was because it only cost me £7.91, and considering that that was pretty much the price of one standard figure, it was pretty much a really good buy to get 5 figures for the price of practically one. I know they're still the 3 3/4 inch, but to still get 3 Daleks as well as the Doctor and Clara, I thought was a very good bargain. And it wasn't overall too bad, especially that you get quite a few figures for it, as well as the Into Dalek set. Might be a bit flimsy, but overall it is still not too bad. As you can see, maybe the blue eye could have been done a lot better on Dalek Rusty, but overall this is actually really good lot of figures to get for just £7.91. And I think this is probably a sign that maybe the 3 3/4 inch line is either dying or quite dead. But overall, you may think it might not been able to be in anyone's top 10, but it is still a very good bargain to get hold of, especially if you like collecting lots of figures, especially the Daleks. My number 6 is the Dalek figurine special number 7. This, I think, overall has been the best Eaglemoss Dalek that there has been. Of course, this was actually supposed to be the Chase Guard, but as you can see, it does resemble a movie Dalek quite well, especially because of the ears and obviously the higher base. Of course, there's no claw arm, but the plunger still does well. As you can see, the reason this is number 6 because I think the detail is just really, really, really good. I mean, there's practically no smudge marks or paint over anywhere. I mean, it's a shame that they had to put this at the back. But overall, it is not too bad, and I really do like this a lot, especially with the kind of extreme blue colour, and that it resembles a movie Dalek, which of course we've not seen since the Product Enterprise 8-inch movie Dalek. But I think this is a really, really good item, and definitely one of my best buys of this year. Of course, this is actually a subscriber-only Dalek. I mean, you can buy it off eBay, but it will definitely cost you about 3 digits. If you get one for 2 digits or less, then you're really lucky and well done. But this was only available to £1 extra for subscribers only. But overall, still a very good Dalek, and I really do like this a lot, and it is really my favourite. Now entering into my top 5, and number 5 is taken by my Ghost Titan Cyberman. As you can see, I'm really impressed with this one because when shone light through, it is see-through, and I do love the detail as it does resemble the Ghost Cyberman seen in the Army of Ghosts from Series 2. And I don't normally collect the Titans, but I couldn't really miss out on this one because of the detail of it. Of course, I only found this by accident, funny enough, when looking for other stuff in Forbidden Planet. So I was really, really glad to get hold of this, especially that it is the Comic Day 2016, as you can see with a sticker that resembles it at the top. And I think this is one of my best purchases of 2016 because it's small, so it can fit into my collection very easily with a short amount of space. Plus, I love the detail and that it pretty much suits anywhere I can put it in my room. And overall, it was definitely my number 5. My number 4 is the 12th Doctor figure from the Collector series with the purple shirt. This is also the second rarest of the 12th Doctor figures behind the Doctor in white shirt. As you can see, I'm really impressed with the detail, as this was actually my first Peter Capaldi figure. And of course, maybe I was a bit late to get hold of one, but it was reduced to just £7, so I don't regret anything waiting, especially that I managed to save at least half price on it, so I can get at least another figure as well as the price of one. Overall, I'm really impressed with the detail of this figure, especially with it looking like Peter Capaldi, as well as with the obviously 11th Doctor screwdriver. Of course, this was when he still had the same one as Matt Smith. But overall, I still really like this figure, and the reason this goes into my top 10 was because it was a really good bargain, and I love the detail of it. I'm really impressed with this from Toys R Us, and I really hope they do some more figures, especially a 2013 Cyberman next. Ranking at number 3 is the 10th Doctor in spacesuit. As you can see, this was a New York Comic Con exclusive, and sometimes quite a bit difficult to get hold of. Again, this is another range of figures that I do not actually tend to buy as well, the pop figures. They had a real big variety, only had a handful, but I really did like the 10th Doctor spacesuit figure, especially that it was the New York Comic Con version. So I'm impressed. I do love the detail. I think it's quite a novel figure, and I couldn't really miss out on this, especially that it was going for cheap. Plus, I wanted to at least say I've got some pop figures and some that are more rare. As you can see at the back, it comes with a list of the other figures I can get. Of course, I've only got at least the Dalek so far, because obviously I do not tend to collect these myself. But overall, I'm impressed with this figure, and I thought at least one pop figure deserved to go into my top 10. And the reason it ranks at 3 is because I really do like the 10th Doctor, and I think the Waters of Mars that this appeared in, I really did like a lot. Getting closer to number 1 now, but ranking at number 2 is the 12th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver that came out earlier this year. Now, considering this was £5 cheaper than the 11th Doctor figure, I really think this one is much better than the 11th Doctor figure. Mainly because of the really good detail on it. It was £15 cheaper, plus four settings rather than just a simple one setting. Of course, they have done a few variants of the Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. I've only had the very first one, so I'm not entirely sure if they did change some of the settings on that Sonic Screwdriver. But judging by the first release, I really am impressed with this, and I think they got the detail really well, especially that there's no Made in China writing on it. And I think the screw holes have been put in a very good place to make it look like part of the Sonic Screwdriver, rather than all over the main body. And this is really is one of my best items I bought this year, hence why I bought 2 of them. Of course, there's also an official replica one, but of course, if you still want to get a budget one, then I recommend that you get this. I really do like this item a lot, especially with 4 settings, and I think it was definitely worth my money. Some of you might have guessed this, but my top item of 2016 was the 13 Doctor set. Some of you might have guessed this, but I really do like this set a lot, and I think it really is amazing. Especially that they've included the War Doctor and the new version of Paul McGann and Peter Capaldi as well. Of course, some of these figures we've never seen before, such as the 2 Doctors Patrick Troughton, the Dare the Daleks John Pertwee, and also the slightly different version of Paul McGann, but as you can see, with more scratch marks on seen in The Night of the Doctor. I really am impressed with the detail of this a lot, and I really do like it, because of all the variety they got, especially figures we've not seen before, or ones that are brought out as a limited edition. But this is really my best item. As you can see, it also comes with details of every Doctor on the side, so you can read about that. And I don't think you could beat this really this year, especially that we've not had as much Doctor Who stuff as we normally have. But overall, this is one of my best items I've got so far this year. And I don't think it could be definitely beaten. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this video.